He touched the subject there because I do this for my family. I do this for the people I love, and I'll fight for you forever. I swear to God. Watch this. Look, I'm a fucking human being. I am a man. I can cry and whoop your ass at the same time.
Things get heated between Israel Adesanya and Dricus Du Plessis ahead of their UFC 305 pre-fight presser. Prior to the huge middleweight title fight on Saturday night, the two 185-pounders took part in a pre-fight press conference along with some other main card fighters. Things got hot between Adesanya and DDP as they traded a few jabs while still keeping things relatively cordial. Despite that, the South African made a comment to the 35-year-old Nigerian after he outlined his plans to return to Africa following the fight, which resulted in a very heated exchange between the two.
This is a question for Izzy. Culturally, you know, this has been made about culture. We didn't want to make it about culture, but, you know, someone made it about culture.
Amen.
So here we are. The question for you is, I grew up, you know, my parents were in Nigeria. They obviously moved to a country as well to better themselves. When you win the belt again, do you plan on taking it back to Africa again?
On Tuesday, I'm going back to Nigeria. I think Friday, I'm going to South Africa. And then the next week, I'm going back to New Zealand. I am a child of the earth. I'm a child of the earth, and when I take this bet, I'm taking it everywhere with me.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Question over here.
Are you taking the servants with you when you're going back? Are you taking the servants with you if you're going back?
What the fuck are you even on about?
My God. It's obviously a see and tell. We can see that. What do you mean? You're saying that I
Bro,
made it
shut
about
the fuck
culture?
up. You don't even know anything about my story. You have no idea who the fuck I am.
I don't care about your story. I don't care about your story.
Listen, my father and myself had to wake up at 4 a.m. and clean the banks while my mom studies to be a nurse. You don't know my fucking story.
Amen.
Don't fucking speak of my story if you don't know my story.
I don't care.
I will show you who you are Sunday. So right now, shut the fuck up.
I can't wait.
Bye unless you see.
You're talking about I made it about anything else.
You did.
Being
You
the
did.
first
You couldn't even respect
African
the people
champ.
of the land.
I am the
Walking
first.
the country. You were the one not even doing anything. I took my shoes off to connect with the people, with the mob. What did you do? You stand there and try to mean mug me. Are you stupid?
My man.
I'm not your fucking man, bitch.
This is my land.
Oh shit. Just not that. You're gonna do what I did, take as the first residing African. That was exactly
silly.
it. You
sound
never
like a
change
fucking
that.
pig.
You can't change
I
that.
will slay you,
Impossible.
pig. Shut up, pink fit.
You can't change the facts, but you can't change those facts.
A few minutes go by after their heated exchange, and when the former champion was asked another question, he broke down in tears and explained why he continues to compete.
And what are you feeling right now from the energy in the room?
He touched the subject there because I do this for my family. I do this for the people I love, and I'll fight for you forever. I swear to God. Watch this. Look, I'm a fucking human being. I am a man. I can cry and whoop your ass at the same time. I feel the love from the crowd. First time I fought here, 2-2-1. That was February 2018. That was me making my dream come true. Sunday, I'm gonna fucking kill your dreams, bitch. I wanna fucking kill your dreams.
Following the dramatic pre-fight press conference coming to its emotional conclusion, the UFC cameras were quick to follow each of the fighters backstage, with DDP's immediate reaction being one of surprise. DDP said, "Oh, that was amazing. I guess, geez, I don't know what that was. Adesanya is the second grown man, crying after a press conference. Sorry about that. I didn't mean it like that." Despite offering a slight apology, DDP would take to his Twitter account just moments later to continue his verbal assault on the former champion. Here he writes, "Come on guys, stop crying at the press conferences. It's not that serious." The South African fighter would later post an image of Adesanya crying at the press conference with the caption, "I win the screenshot game." Adesanya himself has yet to respond online. Did this intense exchange sway anybody's prediction for the fight going into this weekend?
Who is in the building but former President Donald Trump, escorted by UFC President and CEO Dana White.
Dana White denies the very notion that the UFC is a pro-Republican promotion, saying, "I treat Joe Biden the same way." UFC CEO Dana White doesn't believe his promotion favors former President Donald Trump and other Republicans over others with different political beliefs. White is a longtime friend with Donald Trump, who is running for the 2024 US presidential election. Trump, a Republican, has attended many marquee UFC events, including UFC 299 in March. Trump has gotten loud ovations while attending many UFC fights, and many believe he has the support of the majority of UFC fans. Some critics have questioned whether or not the pageantry and highlighting of his attendance is necessary on UFC broadcasts.
Well, last question, I'll let you go. I know you're busy. Right now, you got the Dana White's Contender Series. You got the Dana White's Power Slap. I turn on CNN, I see Dana White on CNN. You're at the Republican convention. I hear criticism where people say, is this guy bored of just being a fight promoter? Is just being the guy who runs the UFC not enough anymore, and wants to be something else? What do you say to that?
I don't know. What else am I trying to be?
Well, it seems like you become kind of a brand unto yourself. You got your name on the branding of all these different things, and also you're sort of like CNN calls you up as a guy to come on and talk about the election.
And then as far as the the talking about politics, everybody knows my long time friendship and history with Donald Trump. Otherwise, you don't really see me out there being very political or trying to jump on any of these political shows. And even when I do talk on political shows, I'm talking to everybody. I'm not just talking to the right. I'm talking to the right, the left, the independents. I'm talking to everybody. Because when you look at all the bullshit right now that's involved in politics, I don't care what side you're on, we're all Americans. We all want the same things. We all want the same things. We want to make a good living. We want to get a house. We want a car. We want to feel safe, in our hometown and definitely in our houses. And we want to take care of our families. No matter what walk of life you're from, what you want, we all want the same things. And what I basically try to say is cut all the bullshit out. We're all Americans. And I don't tell anybody how to vote. I don't tell anybody how to think. I just tell everybody my relationship that I've had with this man for 20-something years and who he really is and what type of a person he really is and what type of people his family are. They're good people. So that's it for me.
It does seem, though, like when you're watching the UFC broadcast, it comes across as having a certain political viewpoint because we get a walkout. There's Donald Trump. There's Tucker Carlson. It does feel like, okay, this is a pro-Republican fight promotion company. And you hear that from fans. I mean, some people I'm sure love it, and other people go, this is not the same way you didn't want to be reminded of COVID during the pandemic. They don't want to be reminded of upcoming presidential election while they're watching the UFC.
It's true. When we do come out, but you see the way the crowd reacts to it? Off the charts, right? Now, if Biden came to a UFC event, I would treat Biden the same way. I probably wouldn't walk, but if Biden was there, we would cover the fact that the president of the United States, or if Obama or Bush or any of those guys ever came to an event, we would treat them with the same respect. A former or standing president of the United States shows up at your event, you show them the respect. And it's just like the thing that happened with Trump, the assassination attempt. If somebody attempted to assassinate Biden or any of the other former presidents of the United States, I would be disgusted by it, just like I was in the attempt on Trump's life. I'm an American, and whoever is the president of the United States is my president. You don't hear me running around yelling, that guy's not my president. Whoever is the standing or former president of the United States is my president. And they would be treated with the same respect. When we were at Madison Square Garden, the last time that Trump came to Madison Square Garden, two of the Secret Service details had passed each other, and they had said that Biden's granddaughter was there. And the Secret Service was there with her. I tried to grab her. I had tried to have them pull her back to my room to meet her and say, thanks for coming to the event or whatever. But I guess when she heard Trump was coming, she left, which sucks. I would have liked to have met her, but I don't judge people by their politics. And I don't play any of those games that people play with politics. I treat everybody with respect. And the UFC is not it's not like, oh, this is a big Republican, whatever. These people come to the event and we do our thing. And Trump has been a fan since day one. This guy's been a fan. He showed up. Hey, guess what? When he wasn't the president of the United States and he came to the ones that he was all over that broadcast too. back in those days when we did them at the Tosh. No different.
I don't know if Biden or Obama would go with Kid Rock as the entrance, but I would. I'd be interested to see what they would choose.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if they came to an event, they would be treated with the same respect that any former president should receive and would receive at the UFC.
Now let's take a look at some of the comments from yesterday's video. @FreeThinker says, I believe Sean Strickland 100%. He wouldn't put everything on the line if he wasn't confident, and I trust in him. @Rick Sanchez says, saying Izzy does his best work when it's personal is crazy. Sean slapped him for 5 rounds while it was personal. And @JustPete says, Izzy doesn't have a problem with Sean. LOL, Sean stole his soul, letting out all that stuff about Izzy and a dog. If you want your comments highlighted on tomorrow's video, simply comment down below. We'll highlight the top best comments, good, bad, or indifferent, and feature them in tomorrow's video. And that does it for today's video, but make sure you're liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and clicking the bell notification so you can get notified every time we drop a new video. And in case you missed it, check out yesterday's news.